My soundboard's not working, but Steam!
I wish you could hear the sound from my headphones because like I didn't hear anything, and then I heard like party time, and then I heard some other stuff. Like I was like, what? That's why I was making faces. Like, what is going on? I don't hear shit right now.
I'm like, is my Stream Deck not connecting up to my thing? Oh my god, it's like
we got pillaged by those updates. We got
really there was a lot of fucking updates that dropped right before I started my getting on here. I was like, why are there so many updates? And then why is everything just like uninstalling itself, reinstalling itself? Why don't my monitors work? It's crazy.
I forgot.
All right, but yes, I guess I'm not gonna have a wacky sound effects. Oh, not now. Okay, all right. It just took a while to heat on up.
Kind of like how fan servicey Gold City's outfit is with that leather jacket.
I don't have Gold City, so. Anyway, yeah. So we had a good amount of crap happen literally right after the time that we would have streamed last week. The thing about last week, however, even though it was like slow news up until that point, I kind of had an accident in terms of going out to my vehicle, rushing out to my car in the rain, and opening up my door and then slamming my head on the corner of the car door, causing a pretty sizable gash on my forehead and just blood being everywhere. And then me panicking that there was blood everywhere, and then rushing back inside the store that I was in, blood dripping, going into the bathroom, getting blood everywhere, just to get a piece of tissue paper and hold down the pressure on my head until I made my way back home. So yeah, I got like a little tiny scar still left.
Got yourself some color the hard way.
Nothing that badly.
You know,
people probably didn't think I was bleeding. They probably just thought that my hair was probably fading from the rain. Like
I was gonna make that joke. It's raining, and you're just like, oh, he didn't use the proper like conditioner. It's supposed to lock it in.
Yeah, it's just out here dripping just all over the front of his face. That's all it was. That's probably. I'm assuming that's probably what they thought.
My audio just fixed itself randomly. I didn't even push anything. I was like, oh, I can hear you now. Wow. Windows.
So,
switch over to
so yeah, needless to say, right afterwards, there was a lot of breaking news going on.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of certain actress in youre getting canned, and the crazy way that Toei has been handling it, her agency's been handling it, the amount of information / misinformation that's been going around, a lot of reactionary content being made as things are breaking without the full details and things like that. I like waiting for at least a little bit more information to come out, which obviously within the span of a week we've gotten a bit in there. It doesn't make the situation any less of a shit show, because it definitely is a shit show. But besides that, let me just go ahead. We missed you last time, Mark. There was someone in the chat that was just clamoring for you the entire time last time.
Well, I mean, if whoever's been clamoring for me, my PayPal's public, my throne is public. Go ahead and throw some dollars my way. Toss a coin to your Witcher.
Cash App is always open.
Yeah, I've been making some purchases that I need to, offset some prices on. So.
But outside of that, yeah, we didn't see you last time, so hopefully everything's good on your end. You didn't have any car accidents slamming into your head.
Well, the first one is like work emergencies, because shit has been like crazy at work, and then I'm about to go on a holiday break from work for a couple weeks, like every year. So I was like, and then last week I was like, oh man, I'm good to go. And then like I hit my head. I'm like, you know what? All right, I'm gonna go to the movies. We'll go to the movies. We're gonna play some Battlefield 6. I was like, that's fine.
Yeah, considering that entire day, like after the accident happened, I was pretty much just laying in bed just to try and keep the pressure. Because anytime I tried putting my head up, like it doesn't matter what kind of Band-Aid I had on, blood.
You
So
hit it with the super glue. The crazy glue.
nah.
Got an injury, just super crazy glue right on it. Boom, done. You're healed. Throw some dirt on it, spit on it a bit, Cures you.
Well, the dirty rainwater got it. So we're good.
Yeah. That was a good point.
So we got it on that front. I was gonna ask Ash what he's been up to, how things have been going, but he walked away.
He's been leading the anti-Bat in the Sun campaign. Because I get the notifications because a third of this panel is still making content consistently. We all know who that is, and he's been doing videos on it. And I'm like, oh,
Listen, I actually I might have temporarily resolved some of my work issues. So next week I'm hitting the grind.
All right, I'm back. We were talking shit about Aaron.
I was saying only a third of this dais of panel is actually still making content because
yeah. But no, it's been a crazy. I've been busy with work. They've been in the new position for almost a month at this point. I played a lot of Dispatch this weekend and Fortnite with Simpsons in there. But yeah, this whole situation has been crazy. Like the Aaron situation, then the Might and Memori situation. That was just. I woke up from a nap. And it's like the first thing I see when I pulled up social media.
So I didn't actually see the news until I was getting ready for my Saturday night stream, and then I see your thumbnail, I see Dawson's thumbnail, and I'm just like, let me Google this shit real fast. Let me find out what the information is. Before I start just clicking videos, let me find out what the situation is. And I kind of gave
out that way. I wish you didn't find out that way. You would just watch the episode and just see the random different opening in the.
Well, the thing is, even if I had not, because I always right before my Saturday and Sunday streams, I always play some music from YouTube to lead into the the stream. So clearly, the algorithm's gonna push your content and other people's content. So it's just gonna pop in there. So it was kind of hard to avoid. Not only that, but people in the chat were already discussing it. So I just pretty much addressed it on Twitch on Saturday night. My first raw reactions to it. So if anybody wants to just check the Saturday VOD, it's literally the very beginning of the stream is that, and then I had some other choice words after we finished watching that shit show of an episode on Sunday. So that was another thing. So
I watched 2 videos. I didn't know any of this stuff because I don't follow actual news unless it's leaks, and then I don't follow anything. So Ash put up a video, but he put up 2 videos back to back, and they both said she's gone on it, and I didn't know it was 2 different freaking videos because there's literally 2 thumbnails.
Well, the thing is, I used the 3 different thumbnail choice. So one said got fired, and it picked that one.
And so I only watched 3 videos on it. I watched both yours, and I watched Hockley's video because he didn't put his opinion in it at all. He just read the news articles, and then that was it. And then yours. So I was like, okay, I got the gist of it because a lot of people were just putting their opinions into it too much and not saying facts. Or listen, I'm gonna get a little hate in the Toku community, but a few of us here are used to this. A lot of grandstanding going on, where I'm just like, y'all think Toei is gonna listen? Toei don't care. These other companies don't care. So I was just when I read everything, I was like, yeah, it's fucked up. At the end of the day, it's what I was like. I have no say in this situation. I have no control in this situation. It's a shitty situation to be in. And yes, let's face it, different countries have different ways they handle their celebrities and things. It's not like here where, what was it? A similar situation where no one got fired. What's her name? Who played Hermione was had photos taken of her smoking cigarettes and drinking, and nothing came from it, She was underage.
Well, so let's get into the gist of it. So essentially, Mai Memori was fired by her agency, fired from Go's Uger, after reportedly drinking, underage drinking, and it was caught doing so, especially since there was a live stream that was apparently posted up in which she was reacting and coming off very intoxicated in that sense. Because of this, they have decided to essentially, drop her. So that was the general breaking news regarding it. Now, the thing is just like I've seen people do worse and less come of it. So that's the first thing. So let's address some double standards going on here. Another thing, I'm just like, okay, underage drinking. How far away was she away from legally being able to drink? 4 months. That's a slap in the wrist. I don't think that's that bad in comparison. There was a tabloid that had been essentially putting knives out for Maya for a good bit, it seems like, because there was also allegations of her sleeping with the red suit actor, and apparently him contracting something from her. Another thing that was thrown in there. The thing is, this tabloid in general is just very sleazy because they were also were reporting that Yellow Racer was doing drugs when she was actually going through chemotherapy for her cancer.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
I didn't know about that. That's crazy.
So this is a tabloid that doesn't have very good track record of actually telling the truth, and more like doing
it's like
shit.
The Sun. It's like the Sun in Japan, like with that black and white tabloid that used to be everywhere.
So the fact that there was already what seems to be like a tabloid gunning for Maya, and then the reaction to this, because we got the information on what was it? It was exactly November 8th, right? That we saw the alleged firing, and then the episode came out the following day, in which they had like 24 hours less so to edit that episode. And the way that they did it was abysmal, but we'll get into that in a moment. But how do you guys feel about this very abrupt firing and essentially just erasure of Sumino from Gozuger, from the show like that? Like I'd never seen anything like that happen in a form of media, where they literally just try to prevent someone from even like they didn't even exist within the property.
I don't know if I've said this in videos, or maybe I've thought about this and I never expressed it in a video, but this is basically, in 20 years from now, if people are still making like Toku essays and Toku history of like videos, this is basically our modern day of like Austin St. John and Twee and Walter Jones leaving the show and them scrambling to replace them. But we're watching it fold in real time because of the internet. And I'm sure there's been other Toku actors who have left because people won't shut the fuck up about Bio Yellow. That's the comment I get all the time, saying this is very similar to Bio Yellow. But this is crazy to watch it unfold in real time as it happens, because we've all been watching the show weekly or binge watching the show. And it's just crazy that the show is going to go for this massive shift with them dropping a character, because now they'll be scrambling to sort of rewrite everything, including the ending.
So the main difference between the examples that you gave and what happened here is at least those characters got a send off.
That's true.
Yeah, this is like the mom from freaking, what was it? Family
Prince?
Matters. Fresh Prince, or no, Fresh Prince. Yeah, it's just like out of nowhere. It's like, who the what? No,
you look real different since you had that baby.
Yeah, it's like, what happened to you?
I feel like your wife's different. I have the situation is that the tabloid stuff was what bothers me, because finding out she's like not just Japanese, like she's mixed. So obviously you could tell this is showing the racial charge side of it. All that stuff aside, like that's like putting that on the side I'm acknowledging
Yeah.
it, but from like a Toei and the episode standpoint, it's like, well, she got fired from her agency. It's like, what could Toei really do? And I am not caught up on the show, but I purposely was like watching the highlights and clips of how poor. I thought people were doing like, people do like the fan cams where they just edit stuff. This that. I thought it was like a fan edit because I was like, this is bad.
Yeah, no, it was.
And then, as we know, the rebrand. This is one hell of a send off for Super Sentai right now.
Yeah, no, for this being the last season, I'm just like, bro, what the? Wow, this is gonna go down as a season. Like, there's gonna be multiple talking points when it comes to this.
And it's one of the things where it's like going based off of articles, this, that. It's like, well, we're never gonna get 100% what really was happening, and it's also one of those things where it's like we're watching the show illegally.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like everyone who's like, well, I'm not going to support the show. It's like, well, us watching it doesn't count.
Yeah, no, but that's another thing. So let's quickly evolve
because there's a lot.
The boycotts of them all. Okay, so this is the one thing that I just found completely asinine about the entire situation, because it's like Sunday, when I usually get the videos to queue up for my Sunday live stream, I'm just like, wow, the subs aren't out yet. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's just like, so is there a form of boycott being like, we're not going to support this show? You weren't supporting the show by doing fan subs. If anything, what you were doing was technically what you should have been doing. It's just like, we're going to just put this episode online with translations, not with Toei's permission. That's technically what you do, not, hey, we're going to make it completely inaccessible to folks, so they got to go through it the legal means. Okay, that's one hell of a boycott you got there.
Yeah.
Yes, let's not go ahead and just make the episode readily available for folks. Let's make them attain it the legal way. Yeah, that's the stupidest boycott I ever fucking heard. Because I was even surprised, even the Zets episode rip from YouTube wasn't even out on the usual sources. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
And that's why I'm just like, if there's any change, it has to be the citizens of Japan. They're the only ones that can really boycott it. It's like, I'm buying stuff third-party proxy for toys. If people are like, oh, don't buy the toys, I'm like, no, the toys are incredible. Like, don't tell me not to buy toys.
Yeah,
I got to be a 4-time TokuTonic champ.
They announced a Memorial Tegasword.
I need it.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, did it get officially announced? I saw the display.
Announced, but it was
it's
at
the toy show. Yeah, it's at the toy fair.
Yeah.
It looks.
It's here to distract us from this news. Let me not get distracted.
Yeah, I know it distracted me from it. I was searching. And I was like, I want that but it's like the boycott thing. I'm just like, guys, it sucks because I'm like, hey, we finally got Kamen Rider being distributed almost fully globally on YouTube, and it's like, well, I guess everyone's like, no, we don't want to support Toei at all. It's like, guys, we just now got Kamen Rider. I was like, let's not be too hasty, because it's like you don't have this energy for other stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who weren't even watching the show already to begin with.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, because
that's why I said
when it comes to Go's Usurer, it's been hit or miss for some folks. So it really, varies.
That's why I brought up grandstanding with the boycott, because I'm just like, well, most of you guys aren't content creators. You're not doing anything about it, and it's like, but the first time I've heard you ever mention Go's Usurer is like, I'm not going to watch it. It's like, I didn't even know you were watching it.
No. Yeah.
I'm not. I just stopped because I got bored and I've been working a lot, and I've been playing Pokemon and Digimon and Battlefield. We have video games to play finally. So I was like, I've been just busy. But it's just
I've been playing.
You've been playing a lot.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna be playing Inazuma 11 after this the stream's over. I'm just saying, gotta beat that story mode.
Yeah,
things good. I've been waiting over a decade. Well, no, I've been waiting a decade.
So it's like one of those things where I'm just like, everything about the situation's like is horrible from the standpoint of how she was treated.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone could debate that at all. But I don't understand the amount of people, present company excluded, because you only did 2 videos, but there's people out there who are tweeting every day constantly about it. And
so
and I'm like, why? What is it? It's not doing anything. It's not the situation is already over from a standpoint of like they've already decided what they're gonna do. And sadly, as shitty as everything was, like there's nothing really that can be done. Like they're Toei and their company, they're all gonna do what they want to do. Let's face it, the show's basically what 40 almost 40 episodes in. It's basically almost over.
Yeah.
However, how they end up handling things, I guess we'll see from here. But there's a little bit more information that came out, and I don't know if this is just damage control or what in terms of things. Because now the other thing that that allegedly was part of the reason for the termination is because she was working a second job at what is essentially similar to like a host club. In which case, you know, it's perfectly fine for someone to have a job over in that kind of field, even though, you know, they're under the legal drinking age. But if you know anything about host clubs, normally it's just, you know, dudes buying drinks for the hostesses.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is, so they can sit at the table with them. And that's essentially that. Now, if that had been the reason why they terminated her, they should have led with that as opposed to the other thing. Because I can understand more of a reason for letting go of someone for working a job such as that, because you got to think of it. If you are an actor and a model, and then you're working at a host club, essentially it's essentially double dipping, because you're using your fame and your modeling prowess probably to get more clients, or to have, clientele want you to be at their table. So essentially paying more money. So
and while the show is airing, airing, on top of that, that's like, hey, after the show airing, that's fine, but like you got to keep up the public appearance, like you're a hero,
So essentially, if that was the scenario, then once again they should have led with that, because that would have made a little bit more sense. But the fact that all this was reported by that one tabloid, and it seems like they just had knives out for her. And I don't know about how Maya's state of mind was in terms of knowing, the previous allegations and things like that were being tossed her way, and things like, usually things like that would drive a person to find some way of disconnecting.
Yeah.
So, and if you've seen the video, the video alleging that she was intoxicated in that video, saying, things like she doesn't like what she's doing, like she doesn't like how she feels at that moment and stuff like that, and people going like, is she drunk, like that type of thing. It's just like it seems a little coerced.
Yeah.
So it's like there's so many things here that just don't pass the sniff test.
True. And like I could only speak for my personal experience, like even in like my career job, and then also sponsorships I have for like the podcast stuff, like I have like morality clauses in them where it's like, I can't act a certain way online, which really sucks, because I'm no joke, I'm kind of an asshole. Anyone who talks about Discord, I can say some shit, and like I have to tone it down, because I'm like, all right, well, I'm under contract for all this. I have to act a certain way. Can't say certain things. You got to present yourself a certain way for the public. And if they had led with the whole, hey, work at host like doesn't align with this, it's breaking this, a part of the contract, but like I think the timing of all the tabloid stuff coming out first before anything else really muddied the water of like, okay, well then what's the real like thing going on?
Yeah, what's the actual story?
And the thing is that there had been rumors flying around because of the initial thing, the whole sleeping with the suit actor allegation things, that they were already looking to replace her.
Yeah. And
to get her out of the show. So I'm just like, did they already technically have like a strike system in place for her, supposedly, and they were just waiting for the final shoe to drop on in terms of what they were thinking, just to end up getting things? Because I guess if it's even if it's a tabloid reporting it, if the publicity is not what they deem to be good, then they'll just go ahead and write it off. And I'm just like, once again, double standards on some of these things, because and talking with some folks this week, I'm just like, I'm thinking back to like the whole Revice scenario, because if anyone remembers, or like during Revice, the actress that played Hannah Aguilera said that she felt uncomfortable working with one of the actors there, and they didn't name names. They purposely did not name names or anything like that. But if you watch the show, you notice a certain actor got disappeared from it, got written off the show, and that was Hikaru's actor, the one I dubbed main character Hikaru, because his agency was forcing him to like become a writer and all that stuff. But then all of a sudden, after a couple weeks, he just disappeared off the show. Like they wrote him off. And I'm just like, piecing together what she said, looking at the episodes in which they were like together, and then all of a sudden it's like, one can draw conclusions on who it was. But once again, it wasn't something to this situation. Remember, like this was a stalking scenario, and I think that's a worse allegation than drinking 4 months before your birthday, and then the agency not dropping him, them technically not really firing from the show, but giving him a proper send-off versus this. I'm just like, this is a clear double standard scenario.
Wasn't someone caught stealing too, like a couple years ago, from an actor from one of the shows, or after they were like caught with like theft and this and that? I don't know. I don't follow stuff like this, and I just see like tweets here and there, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. They'll just say the name, and then I'm like, I don't know who that is. And like, they played this person on this show. I'm like, oh, okay, because I don't know like 90% of Toku actors and directors and writers' names. I know in no way.
I mean, there's a couple of actors that essentially have done some things outside. I mean, Gokai Silver's actor is infamous for being in prison right now. So
yeah, but he wasn't in prison before. Wait, but he was more. I fucked that up, dang.
So and essentially all of this is leading to harassment of her agency.
Yeah,
so they did put out a statement, which was translated here. It says, "We sincerely appreciate your continued support of Seiju and our affiliated talent. We have confirmed that our affiliated talent have been subject to slanderous and libelous comments that severely damage their reputations via internet message boards, including social media and direct messages to the talents themselves. These acts not only interfere with the talent's activities, but it's also extremely malicious behavior that causes serious physical and mental harm, and it is absolutely unacceptable." I wish they would have considered Maya's mental state before any of that, but okay. "We have already documented the problematic posts and DMs and are preparing legal procedures, including requests for disclosure of the sender's information. Furthermore, we intend to take all possible legal measures, including claims for damages and criminal charges. If similar behavior is confirmed in the future, we will take immediate legal action regardless of the reason. We will continue to advance on acts of act decisively to protect the environment in which our affiliated talent can work with peace of mind." This is okay. So you're being mindful of those that work in there, but you just essentially fired someone with once again the pretense of the information that we currently have to work with. It's something like that. I feel like it shouldn't have been done as muddy as it was, and that's definitely the reason why people are attacking the agency. The thing is, I can understand attacking the agency, but attacking the talent, that's a whole different thing. Like, why are you attacking? If you're attacking the other actors that are working for that agency, it's not their fault. Like, you got to take it up with the agency and that tabloid. Don't take it up with the other actors that work for that agency. Like, this is crazy. Some people just don't know the lines to not cross when it comes to this, which is a bit ridiculous on that front.
That's why I'm just like, a lot of people, like, I get it, people are upset, but it's like some people are taking it a little too far in the wrong direction, and it's like, this is how things get. It doesn't make anything better. It's not going to fix the situation. That's why anytime, like, so I haven't talked about it or anything, because I'm just like, cool, bring awareness to it, but like harassing people, employees of her ex agency, that's just like, that's going, like, they had nothing to do with it, you know. It's crazy. It really is.
Now the thing is, it's like, it doesn't matter what kind of boycotting or anything like that you're gonna do. She's not gonna come back. It's like, there's, because that would admit that they made a mistake. They're not gonna do that.
No.
If they ever try to fix this mistake, it'll be in like a Goes Use Your 10th anniversary thing, in which they'll bring her back or something. When she's got a new agency and things like that and whatnot. That's if she's not blacklisted from the entire thing. That's another thing to consider. Is, did this agency essentially blacklist her so no other agency can pick her up? That's another story altogether. Which would definitely suck if that's the case, but that might be the case given how definitely old school conservative a lot of Japan, like their business practices tend to be. So I think it's like a 90% chance that she is blacklisted from other agencies.
Yeah.
And the fact that they scrubbed like her social media accounts that she had that were tied to the agencies and things like that as well, it's hard to hear from her herself. And I don't know if there was anything that was signed where she can't legally say anything until a certain amount. I would assume that they probably did that because they probably had to buy her out of her contract or something. But I don't know. I don't know how the legal work is in Japan versus how it is, say, in Hollywood. Because I know usually, like in the U.S., when we have things like this, like I remember of the Conan situation, like ages ago when he got fired from the Tonight Show and all that stuff, like there was a whole bunch of like paperwork that he had to sign that he couldn't appear on TV for like a cool year, like whatsoever, not allowed to talk about it on TV. So he found legal loopholes to essentially go on tour and like do things there. So I'm just like, I don't know how it works in Japan on that. If there is someone that is a legal expert when it comes to Japanese law regarding how these things work, how they typically would work, I would gladly like that information, because it's like this kind of stuff always is an interesting thing. She's not blacklisted. Well, the thing is that you don't know if she's another agency hasn't picked her up. So that's the thing. You would think another agency would be like, "Oh, she's free, scoop."
And will another agency want to pick them up if they've got, I guess, a story like that tied to their name? Would they want to wait it out? Would they want to wait until they're 20? I don't know.
I mean, a lot of the times, like a lot of actors, actresses, models, they change names all the time. They change pseudonyms all the time for the business practice. So I mean, the same thing even happened with Aguilera's actress. Like, she changed names after she swapped agencies. So that's the thing. It's like, if another agency does pick up Maya, I wouldn't be surprised if she ends up changing her pseudonym for that agency, because they always try starting fresh.
What was the other thing I was going to say? Shit, I heard a noise outside and I got distracted. Agency changing name. Oh, I was going to say, I don't know if this is appropriate, but I have heard, I got a lot of comments saying, oh, she's probably going to go into like the AV business after this.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I saw that popping up everywhere too. And I'm just like, some people making those comments have wishful thinking.
Yeah. No, because that's the thing. It's like even if she was dropped from a agency, like she does do like photo book modeling, like that stuff's over now as
Yeah,
well because that was also
Yeah.
handled by the agency. So
because she's locked down a lot of her social media, like her TikTok, her Twitter. She had her Instagram, which was completely wiped, which was probably due to being tied to the agency and the show itself. But like all I saw on there when I went to her social medias was like an apology that she made.
and the thing that I've been noticing is a lot of yeah, especially on YouTube, you see the YouTube shorts of the stuff that was on there, like Instagram and TikToks of them like dancing and stuff like that, and the comments would just be filled with like Miami Mori comments in terms of like support for her and stuff like that. Yeah. So it is crazy on that front, but let's discuss the shit show that was this latest episode, because
Yeah.
I've never seen a ball drop so fucking hard in my life, where literally just watching the episode was like I was just watching someone have massive diarrhea all over the screen. Like it just I was just like, man, I've never seen a show shit the bed as much as this. This is the shittiest bed I've ever fucking witnessed. It was a bad episode. It was a poorly cut episode. The intro sequence was cringely edited together. There were still shots in which you can still see like the back of her head for like a moment. But even then, like the zoomed in shots weren't even like enhanced in any way. So you could tell that they were zoomed in because the quality was so ass. Yeah, it was a thing. We didn't even get an episode preview, but if you do your sleuthing online, you can find the episode preview for what was meant to be tomorrow's episode. That's now being wiped off the face of the earth.
Yeah, they are taking out the snipers. Like John Toei went to work.
Yeah, no, that was ridiculous. So I'm assuming y'all have seen. Well, I know Mark, you saw just clips and stuff. But Ash, you've seen the episode, right?
Yeah, I saw the episode. It was a mess because I had to wait for like my usual subgroup to put it out. So I was thinking they're not gonna probably put it out. I'm guessing.
Yeah, essentially, someone ended up posting up just a script that had to be tied into the raw file, and that's what we ended up watching on Sunday. And I was just like, yeah, this is terrible. That essentially the way that the fan sub groups are boycotting is like, we're just not gonna fan sub this anymore.
Yeah, and a lot of people pointed that out to them, like Val's Plays and stuff like that, saying you guys are literally pirating the show and putting it out for free for us to watch. I don't think boycotting makes any sense for like a fan sub group to take a stand.
So yeah, the episode made awkward cuts, and I mean you could tell that definitely Sumino was involved in it, because once you saw, it was like a fashion show off, of like a fashion like off, and when the monsters like final fit came together, there was oddly a piece of a dress there that we never saw anybody wear. It's like, oh, where did that dress come from? Who knows? And then the awkward way that like they had Kumade like show up, and then the zoomed in shots, and then him essentially covering her from the frame and things like that.
Yeah,
I saw that. But then like when they transform, she's suddenly there, but someone dubbed over her lines.
I was gonna say that's the part that I was watching with all the highlights of where she was supposed to be, and then like the dub over, and I'm like, I know I'm not caught up all the way, but that's not even like. You could at least got someone who tried to sound similar or do an impersonation. That I was just like, this is bad.
This was 24 hours of them just getting someone from staff to be like, just do these lines real fast.
Yeah, it's like someone in like hair and makeup just being like, "You're a female, do your voice real quick, thank you."
I think it was one of the little gem things from Kira Major. I think the pink one or something like that.
But yeah, the episode was oddly cut, and so if for anyone who didn't see the preview for what the next episode is supposed to have been, it was supposed to be a completely Sumino focused episode, and it was going to be the episode in which she gets control of the Ryu-Tega sword and gets her power up. She uses it. Like that was all in the preview. That was all in the preview. And instead they're gonna skip that episode and cut to the next episode. And then the newly introduced Ribbon is now suddenly gonna have a power that she just attains, even though technically she attains that power during that Sumino episode, but we just don't have it. But in the next episode, she's just gonna have it. Because it happened off screen now. That it's just ridiculous. And now they are essentially in reshoots. Now it's funny. We were talking about things like the whole rebranding of Sensei, the whole it's ending because the production costs are high. Boy, is Go's Yuger gonna take the cake for the highest production costs in the Sentai now. Because it's like it was King Oger, but now they got to reshoot all of these other episodes just to make them not look like this last one. And boy, are they gonna go into work on that shit. I don't know how they plan on doing it, but it is it's ridiculous.
Now, are they? I wonder if are they just reshooting it with a different actress, or are they rewriting stuff too? That's what I'm curious about.
No idea on that. Yeah, so that's what Orb sent me that message earlier saying that apparently they've spent 5 billion yen so far on reshoots, allegedly.
That show they don't make that on merch.
But it's like the fact that they got to retweak the episodes, essentially reshoot all the scenes that she was in there to make them make sense. I'm like, at that point, I guess the only thing that I would say would be smart on Toei would just be like, just cast a different actress and still say it's her. Like that's kind of
make something like make some weird monster ultimate dimension type thing. You know, there's from a Toei standpoint, there's a less complicated way to do it because
but if they're gonna try and weave this into the narrative, then that would require a bit more effort and work on there, just to have that work. But I don't know. I don't know if they can do it well. And I mean, this is one thing that I was saying since last week is like I really hope that the stigma of what's going on with the show now does not end up spreading to like the rest of the cast and the rest of the production staff. Especially Akiko, who is the head writer, and this is her first outing as the head writer of a show. And the fact that this shit show is going on, and this show is gonna be essentially a dark mark in Sentai's history, especially it being like the final season, but then it having all this controversy going in there. I don't want it to be affiliated with her, and that's what I'm concerned of might happen. It's like, oh, you worked on that show that's all that stuff happened. You can reign control over your talent over there. Like what's going on? Like I can just see that potentially happening. But so how do you guys think they will handle this in the show? How do you guys?
I thought they would get Otto to come in and replace her.
The thing is that was the rumor since the first allegations that they had.
Yeah,
in terms of them talking about her leaving the show and just being replaced with her sister. So I'm just like, if that was already like in the rumor mills of happening, like in late December period, because apparently like at the time of those rumors, they had already shot the episodes through December.
Yeah,
but that rumor was like it predates by a month and a half or so before this one, before this shit happened. So they quite likely are close to the end in terms of filming. Like they probably will wrap up filming in December for the rest of the show. Let's see here what some people are saying. Something AI. I don't know what people are talking about. That's AI.
I think they're saying just make her AI and incorporate into the show somehow.
But even then, like they would have to essentially have a clause somewhere saying that they have paid for likeness or something like that.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Because I don't think they can just willy-nilly use her model as AI. Like, obviously, let's say if they replaced her with someone else in the show, I wouldn't doubt that someone would go out of their way to essentially replace that actor with Maya using AI afterwards.
And a lot of people have said the reason why they had to scrub her from the episode is because the agency owns, I guess, the likeness for the actress. So there's like a contract thing. I don't know.
Usually they do, but that's normally like while they have them still tied into that agency. If they, drop them from the agency, they still don't own the likeness.
Yeah. So that's why they're there to scrub her, and that would be the same thing with AI. Like they don't own that actress's likeness as well. She's no longer contracted with the show.
Which the thing is, it's like I know the replacement option is something that people have discussed, but one thing that I've seen is apparently Bandai is thinking of just dropping all of the Gozu Unicorn merch, just delisting it, essentially pulling it from shelves.
And I'm just like, to Japan, and I said, that's stock up on that.
I'm just like, that just makes me want to buy the merch.
I'm gonna hit a buy.
It's like you're about to get rid of it. Time to buy.
That's what I said to my friend who's going to Japan. I said, hey, there's some stuff going on with Super Sentai, which I said Japanese Power Rangers, so you can get the translation properly. I was like, there's a character that's getting blacklisted right now. Can you just buy all the merch that looks like this character? And he said, I don't think my suitcase is big enough. I was like, okay.
Just tell them ship it out via FedEx. It costs like $15 right there.
So that's the thing. It's like if they are considering just replacing her and all that stuff, why would they be in a rush to just go ahead and get rid of the merch? Unless
I wonder if they're doing the civilian stuff, like the plushies, probably.
Now I can see that, like, getting dropped.
Maybe not the, because they have the civilian acrylic standees where it's literally just a photo of them. They have the keychain, the rubber mascots, the plushies. If realistically they mean that, I don't think the action hero, the Udos for Unicorn and this and that. I think it's probably, if it was going to be that situation, it would be the civilian related merch.
Yeah.
And listen, Vegas Kane, that logic is flawed because there's a difference between the Gozu Unicorn merch and Funko Pops. Funko Pops have oversaturated their own market. There's too many.
I called it. I'm so happy about that Funko Pop news. I have prayed on their downfall for years.
It's like there's too much variation. They've completely oversaturated their market, so there's no point to want to buy that stuff. While this is one line of toys that only happens, yes, and that's gonna go out of print after the show stops airing usually. So it's they're not the same. They're not the same.
And Funko, from a standpoint of they had to license out basically every IP under the sun. Then they did the keychains and all this other stuff. Then they made that really shitty video game, and then the really shitty board game.
Oh yeah, I forgot they made that shitty video game.
Yeah, so they oversaturate. They should have stuck to a few things here and there. They flew too close to the sun with them wax wings.
I'm still surprised it took them this long, because it's like what they pulled was essentially what Activision did to themselves back in the day when they oversaturated the market with their own things. Remember Guitar Hero and all those plastic peripherals? Remember Skylanders and all the fucking
let's not bring that stuff out. Let's not say anything about Toys to Life, okay? Because as I look over there at Disney Infinity,
Skylanders.
What? Yeah.
Remember Lego Dimensions?
I was about to say that. I got the Lego Dimensions set over there as well. I have the Kamen Rider one as well. Toys to Life. I got duped into that. And it's horrible. It's horrible.
See, so there is a big difference between trying to buy all the Sumino merch while you can, because I feel like now that's a collector's item.
Yeah. I'm on buy right now.
Yes, if you're
And
gonna
so
get it, go third party. Don't support Bandai and
the
Toei with the
the
sales, with
yes,
official sales.
the only if they are pulling just Gozu unicorns like civilian merch or Gozu in general, the only comparable thing to that for recent time is when Wicked came out last year. Everyone might know this. The website wasn't
Oh yeah.
the Wicked the movie.com. It was the Not Safe for
Wicked.com,
Work
which
website.
yeah.
Yes, which I even got. Well, 'cause my wife's a fan and she collects. I'm not the only collector in this household. I do have some of those in the box with the old website on there, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh,
These were pulled off the shelf. But Target was stupid. They didn't pull them off the shelf. They just clearanced them because they still want their money. But it's like very rarely. I don't think outside of that, I don't think there's really been from a US standpoint like merch that was just pulled because of an actor or an actress or a show, something like that. Like it's very unheard of.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, it might be just a civilian stuff because we don't know how royalties work or licensing for the appearance. Like, Gozu Unicorn is a Super Sentai suit. That's not a person's face. So I honestly think it's probably like the rubber mascot, keychains, the acrylic standees. I think it's stuff like that.
because thinking about the boxes for like all the Gozu unicorn stuff, they typically don't have the actors' faces on the toy boxes.
No.
If
All right, guys,
if that was the case, I could understand.
Who wants to buy the summer movie poster? I got a summer movie poster. Let's start the bidding. She's actually featured in it. Okay, let's start the bidding. $20.
That's the one thing I brought up in my video. What are they going to do about the summer movie? When
So apparently, right now would be the time that they are filming the crossover film, and apparently this firing happened while they were in the middle of doing that.
Oh.
So
I was gonna say because yeah, that's
gonna be an awkward roll call.
Yeah.
The drama surrounding the firing aside, I'm very curious how from Toei's because that's a lot of wrenches, especially if they're in the middle of while trying to get this stuff done. They're also trying to rebrand, and now it's like because now it's funds being pulled from the rebrand. And let's face it, once the rebrand gets announced or whatever the next season's called, everyone else is going to stop talking about this.
Oh yeah, no. You can definitely expect the social media aspect of things, of people just wanting to move on to the next thing. The second new thing comes out, they already want to talk about the next new thing. So this will get swept under the rug by them in terms of that point.
Because they want to boycott just Gozu, but it's like, well, you're mad at Toei. You don't want to support Toei, but you know the next show come out, you're going to be like, ooh, I'm gonna watch this. I make content on this. So it's like that's why I don't participate in boycotts. That's why I don't do this stuff. That's why I didn't make any videos because I'm like, you know what? No, because if I change my mind, then next thing you know, it's like, oh, I'm a hypocrite. Because sometimes I am.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like with something that was like legit breaking news, it's kind of hard to report on the information in a very non-biased way because like it's breaking. And there's only like speculation. Yeah, there's always speculation. There's always the need for wanting to know more, but then people are going to run wild with their imaginations.
Which is,
and the thing is, it's like firing suck all around. Like I've been fired from a job before, and those things just hit hard.
Oh yeah,
so I really feel a lot for the actress right now, and like the fact that she just has been unable to communicate. Hopefully, she's got a pretty good support structure around her that is keeping her, sane. Is all I'm hoping for her.
And I'm sure the other cast members would want to speak up, but they probably can't right now because they're under contract as well.
Yeah. So, obviously, with the news of what they're doing with the toys, the thing that's awkward is if they are planning on dropping some of her toys. I don't think they should. I really don't think they should because Goes User sales numbers are actually looking pretty good. Pretty good, at least by Sentai standards. Let's go by Sentai
yes.
standards.
Oh, by Sentai standards, yes.
By Sentai standards, this last quarter, 1.4 billion. Like the only ones that did them was once again like the GOAT Dom Bros out here. That bucked the trend, and I'm like, Gozuger was literally in an upward. Sure, it didn't start off well, but it's it had the opportunity to definitely end pretty well. And how this affects things, I don't know. But I guess it would be a real telltale sign when we look at the final quarterly numbers after all this news versus what we see here. Because it would be crazy if we see something similar to what we see with Zenkaiger and Kira Major, where we get to like the points, like the 0 point something for sales.
Yeah.
If they do 1.4 or more, 1.5 in quarter 3, they tie Don Brothers. Anything above that, it's the highest selling like Reiwa show.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like they're literally in a trend to end up meeting or exceeding Don Bros in terms of sales. But how do you think this news is going to affect that, if at all?
I don't. I'd have to look at consumer trends in Japan, but also like how big of a deal. Like, I don't see a lot of what Japanese like residents and people are saying about this. My timeline obviously has been curated where it's Western and an Australian that talk about it, and so I don't know if this is one of those big deals in Japan where like everyone's like, we're not going to buy merch, we're not going to support the show. Like we stand. Like I don't know how culturally Japanese people like react to stuff like this happening.
Yeah,
because in the States, I mean, people get celebrities that get canceled all the time. So
it depends whether or not like how much the tabloids hold influence on folks.
Yeah, so I don't know.
This is where I would want to get someone like Taka's opinion on this type of stuff, because it's like he obviously lives in Japan. He's tuned into this, and he might have some better insight.
I don't know if he did a video on it. I know he tweeted about it. I don't know if he made a video.
I think he made a video about the latest episode. I didn't watch the video. Sorry, Taka.
He put out that video before I'd seen the episode, so I didn't click on the video. But the one regarding that episode. So
it's like,
it's
that's really depending on it. Like, also, what else is coming out in this time frame for the quarter? Because it's like, I know all the premium Bandai stuff is starting to come out as of this weekend for like, so the King Candelier SMP like mini plows coming out, then the Orca Buster and everything else is coming out 3 weeks after that. So we're getting a lot of premium Bandai related stuff. So I'm not sure. And because the rest of all the Goes User stuff is now premium Bandai and not going to be on just regular store shelves, I'm really curious, because the last retail release was Gozu Polar's mini plow, and that was it. So I'm like, I knew the sales numbers were going to be up anyways, because everything's premium Bandai, so it's going to be more expensive. And a lot of stuff is sold out. So if people don't cancel their pre-orders, we could see a 1.5 to 1.6 for the last quarter for the show.
And then nothing of value would have really affected things.
Right.
So it's like, that's really where I guess any boycotting would come into play. Is just like, you just tank the financials. But even then, it's still the end of Sentai, so they're just going to be like, good, we're glad it's over. We're starting with new shows.
Yep, we're getting Japanese big bad Beetleborgs.
Yeah. Japanese Space Cop, from what I've heard.
We're going to get Japanese VR Troopers. Oh, yeah.
Let me see what Calm Sandy said. Is Reiwa just terrible for sales? Why are the numbers so different? So I
Senpai's
mean,
always
we've
been
addressed
that.
this before. Japan, like a lot of countries, has an aging demographic. Not a lot of kids anymore, because
Ain't
not a lot of
popping out
people having
babies.
babies.
Nope.
So because of that, it's like they're making shows that are catered towards children, but there's not that many children. The majority of people buying this stuff tends to be older folks. And even then, the children usually care more for video games than they do the toys. So it's been a point of contention for a while of like, why don't you just age up these shows a little bit for the demographic, and also like not make your toys shit. So you make your toys something that, you know, people with money that actually spend the money on these things would want to actually get. I mean, the Down on Taijin was the first time I broke down and bought a Sentai mecha ever, like since like the me watching Power Rangers days, because I was like, I got to
You
get
were
this
all about that.
articulation.
You were,
Yeah.
you were unhinged with Don Brothers.
But even with King Oger, because once again the mecha was fantastic. It's like I had to get it.
Beautiful. That Caucasian castle's still my favorite.
But then when Boom Boomger came out and they went to bricks again, I was like, I don't want this.
Boon Boonger had cars, okay? The easiest way to sell merch, dinosaurs and cars and trains. But let's face it, there's a certain way about robos when they transform and they're made out of trains that people don't fully transform it because it looks funny posing it a certain way, which is why I have it. So is why I bought it. But yeah, like Bandai, well, Toei in general for their marketing, like kids aren't buying the DX stuff. The Shokugan stuff is flying off the shelves, and not just Toku. Like the anime line for Bandai Shokugan is insane in Japan right now for sales. Like, because the reason why I'm not making videos right now is the last month I've wrote a script, and I'm actually doing a real big boy video for once. And looking into the Shokugan sales and everything else in Japan right now, it's crazy. Even like Sentai, Ultraman, like Kaiju's, Kamen Rider, the Shokugan line has blown up since 2013 and more recently from 2016 because of the cost to make them. The sales, they're making a quick 300 to 500 yen on something that costs like not even 30 yen to make. So that's the focus for the kids. The DX stuff kids aren't buying. Like, yeah, like even Bandai in their official YouTube channel, when they're showing off this stuff, if you look at older videos they had on there, kids were playing with the DX items and like the mechas for Super Sentai and stuff for Commodore. Now they have just adult hosts that are playing with all the toys now. So it's like the DX line, the more expensive stuff has phased out. Kids aren't buying Memorial Edition freaking changers.
No, because once again, that's something that like the older demographic is going to be the ones buying them all.
Yeah.
And that's why like even when Gozuger got shown off and we saw that the Tegasuord was tied into the changer, it's just like, all right, go ahead and just announce the Memorial right now because ain't no way.
The Memorial's not transforming. People are like, what if the Memorial transforms? It's like, come on now. No. That thing.
But then again,
solid.
when you look at the Memorial stuff, it's not newer stuff. It's stuff from like Heisei and Showa, like from the older series that a lot of older fans grew up with.
Are you sure the Memorial definitely looks like it transforms?
I don't know. I've only seen 2 photos of it, and I was just like,
so look at this. Look at this.
That's the first photo I saw. I was like, I don't know. It looks very
look at the area around the fingers. That is going to open up for the feet. Like you see it. Like
I don't.
And this part here,
I don't know.
Like, why would they include a hinge here? This is where the part comes down for the arm.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, you're on
this is going to transform. You can completely see that this thing is going to transform.
They could have just increased the mold size, and that's it, and then just kept it so it's locked. You know, it's Bandai. They ain't gonna like
for the amount of money. This better fucking transform. We don't know what it's going to cost, but I'm just like. This looks like it's going to transform.
Like I know I said I'm done with Memorial editions, but I kind of want to get this.
I never started with Memorial Editions, and I'm gonna buy this. Like I was just like, I'm not even watching the show, and I'm like, no, that looks too good. I'm gonna spend money on it. I don't give a shit. Who needs a house? I don't.
All right. So let's see anything else regarding the Goes User stuff. Let me see what else some people are saying here.
I'm generally shocked that they had 1.4 for the quarter because like I didn't know anything came out for merch.
It's like between like the Orca booster would have been the one.
That's an Orca booster. I think it's ass.
And then all the Goes You Wolf Wild toys that would have been released afterwards.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
And the rings as well, because they released like the super mode
continuation of the
rings.
rings.
And then, yeah.
I appreciate everyone in the chat saying that I'm carrying Bandai on my back. Listen, I've been very good with my spending the last 2 months. I'm kind of proud of myself. I've only spent like $600 or $700.
Ryu Sega Sword. I don't like when did that release? Because this goes up to September, so it's just like
that came out in the beginning of October. I don't think that came out in September.
So that wouldn't apply to that. Then.
No, it'll apply to this quarter coming up. How popular was it? Because I didn't see anyone. Because usually I'll look on Buy for stuff, and I can kind of gauge how much it sells by how much people are reselling, and it really wasn't listed on there at all.
The thing is, I don't care for the toy because once again, it's Toy Sword, and you know how I feel about toy swords. Give me the memorial because I don't want that toy sword.
Or, yeah, I don't buy weapons if they're not 1-to-1 scale.
Let's see here. Let's see.
Look at all these missions I cleared. I am so good at this game.
Might be late for this, but is it a gross situation? Not exactly gonna hate. Is going to her agency. They and tabloids can go to hell. Okay. Sononi is mixed race and she gets no hate, so I'm not buying the racist accusations. I mean, I guess it varies depending on where the mixed race
is.
Because it's like people also forget that Himeno's actress is also mixed as well from Canadian.
Yeah. Oh, Himeno. She could do no wrong, honestly.
You say that. Listen. You know what she does outside of her agency.
You can't talk. Your whole brand for a whole year was about chugging water to Sononi. I say one thing about Himeno in her feet being shown in one episode, and then her constant wig change, and that one time she changes that Hello Nurse Animaniacs outfit, and I was like, I need the director's cut. I say that's all I ever said. Okay, for a whole year, you are overly hydrated, sir. You are overly moisturized.
I was. There was a whole compilation.
And then you just subtle. I think just because I say Himeno. Listen, all right, we have our preferences, okay?
Look. I was also on the Himeno train. I was just not on the Rita train like some folks were.
Nah, no one cares about Rita.
Those are fighting words, Mark. You better get ready to defend yourself real fast.
All right.
Are they like rumored to be like? Are they rumored to be like the next writer?
That is something that I did see that Rita's actress is rumored to be in Zets.
That might change my mind when seeing.
Are they going to show some personality and act, or are they just going to be silent and then yell randomly for no reason? Saying could have been a cardboard cutout for half of freaking King Osier, and you wouldn't even noticed. Standing there all stoic, meanwhile Himeno's being majestic.
But then people are going to go, well, at least Rita became a common writer and Himeno did not.
Himeno doesn't need to be a common writer. Is the yellow of our generation. That would actually be kind of cool if Rita became a writer, because like I kind of like when Super Sentai people jump over to Kamen Rider and vice versa.
It's always fun seeing the crossover, like who's checking the boxes of being in the Toku trifecta.
Yeah.
And that's why like early go Juju was really fun because we had freaking Ultraman
Not Taya.
actors.
Yeah.
Not Taya.
And then I mean I saw that you sent me that Koga's actor from Garo is going to be in Gozuger, so that's one exciting.
Garo, but
yes, that is the original Garo. The second you sent me that image, and I was like, "Ooh, that's Koga." Nice. It's like I haven't seen the man. I was wondering what the man was doing, and I see he's got his nice little growing out the facial hair. I'm like, it's been 20 years since Garo, but I'm just like, yeah, that you could still tell it's that man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, go for the folks that were wondering.
Yeah. We haven't got any information about the Garo stuff, that the project that they were working on. They really haven't said anything since it got subtly teased. I'm waiting.
I'm just like, this man aged like Hideo Kojima, barely.
Right. I was gonna say, I was like, wait, the first Garo? I was like, how many years?
Yeah, the first Garo. It's been almost 20 years.
I know. I'm sitting there like, damn. I was like, I need to know like the workout regimen, the dietary like supplement. Like, I need to.
Yeah, I'm just aging well. Aging well.
I am curious though to revisit this when the last quarter sales come out, because like I feel like that's going to be the biggest tell of a audience reaction standpoint.
Oh yeah, definitely will.
And I'll have to remember.
Now, what if the polar opposite happens and like it becomes like the best selling?
It's like 3.2 for the quarter.
It's like, damn, wow, y'all really didn't like her. Y'all were glad they got rid of her. Like, that would be crazy.
That would be interesting. But would it be the sales because everyone's buying up the Gozu Unicorn?
That's another thing as well. It's like, are they just buying up the Gozu Unicorn stock?
That's why I hate these numbers, because you don't get a real breakdown of what sold. Like, they could have been like, okay, Bandai, this is our DX roleplay category. Here's our Shokugan. Here's our Gachapon stuff. Here's our like media stuff, like people who buy like the coloring books, the magazines, because those are things coloring, like, you know, they make coloring books and toothbrushes and this and that. They could be like a stationary section. So it's kind of like one of those things, like, what is making up these numbers? Kind of like how with some sections it's like, oh well, like Kamen Rider, it's like it sold this, but hey, this DX item that was for a different rider show released the same quarter. How much did that contribute?
Well, another thing that I was thinking, because the thing, we don't know how the gender gap is with the Sentai toys versus Rider. Like, we know historically the female Rider toys don't sell well. Like, that's just fact. They usually end up having to go premium Bandai because they just don't sell well. And remember that, once again, Revice scenario with the Libera driver. Like, they made that premium Bandai and there were scalpers buying it all up because they were like, this is going to sell like crazy. Nope. Then they couldn't give that shit away.
Dude, saw it for like under $20 like 2 months after it came out at Buy 8. I was like, I do not feel bad. Like, I'm not buying this.
So the thing is, for Sentai, I don't know how badly the sales numbers are usually for the female Sentai members versus, you know, the male Sentai members. I mean, we know Red and the Sixth are usually probably the highest in terms of sales in general. Mm-hmm. But for the rest of the divide, how does that usually go? And if Sumino's toys weren't selling that well originally, is this going to cause a sales bump in a toy line that usually historically might not sell as much as it would?
I don't know.
So, Majade, well, if you remember the Alchemist unit that they had for Majade, originally they held off on releasing that, and when they did, they advertised it with what's his name, Wind, the other her dad that used the same unit. So it's just like, hey, look, there's still a male writer that's tied into this. So I think they tried doing damage control on that just to try and get a boost in the sales of that unit. So that does muddy the numbers. Let's see. Only Westerners would be buying them. In Japan, they side with responsibility, and I agree with them. She knows the rule and still did it. Well, that's the thing. It's like we don't know, like, if she was put up to it. That's the entire thing regarding the whole Sumino's actress situation.
Yeah.
Like we know that she had a target on her back, but we don't know if anyone like coerced her to do anything. And then once again, why were the cameras so redly like pointed at her during said thing? It's like it like I said, it doesn't pass the smell test. It's like something shady is going on here. Like there are too many variables that aligned to cause this to happen to her. Let's see. I mean, gimmicks would probably sell decently if a completely separate driver does not. I mean, the gimmicks are usually the big thing that changed the game when it came to rider toys in general. That's why you see a big change in rider toys once gimmicks started getting introduced on there, and why they won't stop with the gimmicks. Let's see. Anything else? To start seeing a Quarter-4 scandal for every season so they can fire a loved actor and pump sales. I don't know about that. I honestly think that because of this, that honestly it would make a lot more sense for Toei in general. Just hire older actors. Like they hire a lot of these actors that are just, you know, fresh face. Some of them are legit like 15 through 19 on a lot of these shows, but I'm just like, if they're just gonna cause some problems for you in that sense, just hire older. Just get older actors. Like, I don't see what the problem is on that front. Especially for something as high profile as what these shows seem to be. But they like tread the waters too much with trying to skew younger with these actors. I understand trying to elevate their stock at a young age for a lot of them, this being like their first acting gig. But I mean, if you don't want to risk this from happening again, just go older. I mean, that's how Sentai was for a good bit. Like we had seasons in which they had older casts throughout multiple decades, but the last, I would say, pretty much Reiwa and most of late Heisei period was a lot more younger actors. They would have like the one older one in the bunch. I mean, we've seen that the last few seasons with them casting like a 130-year-old in almost every cast. But yeah, that's probably going to be the only like saving grace that they could do, just to avoid any type of things like that, is just having proper adults. What if Universe has no female lead? I mean, if it's going to replace Sentai in the block, it's still going to be a show that's marketably advertised more at young boys. So I think the chances of having a female lead are probably still slim for all that, because they still have Pretty Cure, and unless they're going to make a live action Pretty Cure, I think their female demographic market is still checked by Pretty Cure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when we pulled up the sales that one time and it showed like all the other IPs and the anime ones, it's like, yeah, they print money.
And even then, like Sentai's sales are actually like the worst out of all of Bandai's
They
properties.
are out of all the IPs. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's why I was always just like, how are they? What's the return on investment for Super Sentai? Because they never break. They haven't broken 2 since Q1 for Rio Soldier.
I really think a lot that was holding Sentai together was actually just the licensing with Power Rangers. Them losing Power Rangers probably like the thing that made it more difficult for them to sustain the show.
No, worse. What do you mean worse than Digimon? Has always been consistently good when Bandai puts stuff out, and especially in the last 2 years with all the re-releases and Memorial editions that they're doing for like the Digivices. The crossover with Godzilla that they just did with 2 different Digivices, the full color ones they just released, the new blind box figures. Now they're doing there's another one that they're doing soon.
They were just trying to
They're
get you
doing
into a Digimon talk. That's it. That's all they were
Yeah,
trying to do.
it
They were
worked.
baiting you.
It worked because
They were baiting you.
I always fall for it. Listen, you want to Digimon? I could always be goaded into talking about because no one talks about Digimon like enough. Like, and it hurts me because Digimon's better than Pokemon, except for the card game. That card game is complicated.
Yes. I never once felt that I needed to read so many rule books and stuff for doing a card game.
I got the newest sets because they tie into the Digimon Stories Cyber Sleuth stuff. And I was like, oh, the cards are so great. And I was like, if only I could play this because I got all these. I just picked it. I'm like, I can't play it because there's too many rules.
Let's see. I do think that an international release will help them both if they can make revenue from the show itself and a possible expansion of sales. Well, the thing is just like I do hope that whatever new show that they're going to make looks nothing like Sentai, because that's the thing. It's like I do still feel like if it's just Sentai with a new name, what's the point? You're not going to reduce production costs or anything like that. It's still going to follow the same formula, same tropes. So I'm not sure.
What if they just Japanese like dub Power Rangers in Japanese and that's the new show? Whatever Hasbro puts out for their reboot, whatever they do in Japan's like, we're gonna dub it. That's our new
maybe Toei will just adapt Armor Swords, and then we'll have 3 versions of Armor Swords: the Korean version, American version, and Japanese.
That'd be crazy.
We do that's a
That'd be ridiculous, and I would be all for it. I'd be watching all 3 shows.
Just one Digimon thing really quick for Jake. The Digimon movies are out. The first 3 are on Blu-ray. Discotech now put movies 4, 5, and 6 out. For the first 3, which is technically 1 in the English when they cut it all together and made it horrible. But yeah, all 6 movies eventually are going to be done. 4th, 5, and 6 is like up for pre-order right now. Just because
I'm just waiting for that Tamers remaster set to get announced.
Koreans hate Japanese, but they've adapted all of the Sentai seasons to Korean. What do you mean they hate the Japanese? They even did their own Kyoryuger like sequel. What do you mean they hate the Japanese?
They just call it Power Rangers and they call it Super Sentai.
Yeah, but they still just use the Sentai footage, just dub over it. So I don't know what you mean by that. Like, okay. Maybe in some cultural aspects, but for the shows, nah, they were not trying to do anything else when it comes to that. All right. Anything else to discuss on the Sentai front? Any more regarding Sumino's actress? Anything else? Anything in the chat y'all want us to discuss regarding that before we move over to Kamen Rider sales numbers?
I think we've exhausted the
let's see how much I've contributed to Bandai's Kamen Rider sales this quarter. I should be on their Christmas card list. They should send me like a gift or something.
They should be flying you out to conventions to interview people.
Right? The disrespect after all that money.
All right. We got all the Gav numbers in.
Wow.
That isn't bad. A 5.7. That isn't bad.
But it's the worst in Reiwa, though.
It is the worst in Reiwa.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm looking at a Western Railway. Okay, they just got beat out by Gotchard.
No, Gotchard's was the one that bucked the trend. That's the thing.
Yeah.
As much shit as
Those
we
cards.
give Gotchard, those fucking cards, that show is goated only when it comes to sales.
Yeah,
it's because that's 7.7. That's why. Okay, because
because the pre-release hype. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, remember, for Gotchard, they released the toys like over a month before the show came out.
I know.
And everyone was buying the cards. Everyone was buying the cards. I bought the cards. You bought the cards. People in the chat bought the cards.
I didn't buy the cards.
And then we saw the show, and we were like, "The fuck is this show?"
Let's not talk about the cards, okay? Let's not talk about because I have.
Let's not talk about the show.
Talk about Gotchard right now. Let's not talk about anything Gotchard related, other than the fact that that's horrible. That hurts my feelings so much.
But yeah, look, it sucks that a show that was narratively solid up until a point for Gavu like ended up just being the worst, like just sales wise.
I thought it would have done a little bit better in that final quarter because they released so many Gochizu variants.
But that's the problem. It's like most of the Gochizos followed the same 3 styles and just different sticker on them. And then they released so many variants on the same one. Like you had the same Gochizo essentially like 3 times, sometimes even 4 times.
No, there's 5. So you got the regular base DX one, which didn't do shit. Then you had the SG one that was in the candy toys. That's 5. Then you had the Chase, like the variant crying face version of them. So that's 3. Then you had the sparkly clear glitter one. Then you had the talking version. Then there was the Gachapon version. So there were 6 versions of almost every Gochizo. It's obnoxious. I only know that because I have 5 of the different Blade ones that got released because it's Blade. That's besides why I didn't really buy any Gochizos, I swear.
Like after a while, like I wanted to collect the gimmicks at first, but after I saw that it was just the same thing over and over, I kind of like did not care for it. It's pretty much the same vein as what I'm feeling with the capsums from Zets, even though the capsums from Zets are actually less enticing than the Gochizos because it's still same orb that just spins. Of course, we'll have a slight variance coming up, courtesy of Nox's actor leaking out a whole belt and the whole gimmick for it. But the entire thing with the belts was also just not like it, not that exciting.
No,
let's just be real. It wasn't that exciting.
I will say though, the talking Gochizos are actually really good, like quality. If you can get them cheap on Bai, I have a few of them. They're actually pretty neat.
But even then, for like the non-talking ones, it's like they were just once again pieces of plastics that just pop up. Everything in Rider now is just a fidget toy, essentially. But there's only so many of the same things that you can just have on your shelves before like you're same thing. And since most of the gimmicks now don't even have lights and sounds, it all comes from the belt, it's kind of limited on that front. And now everyone left. See, look at that. Everyone left. But yeah, that's the way that I feel for the capsums, because there's no lights and sounds that come from them. That all comes from the belts. And then same thing for the Gochizos that we had there. And then Gajra just had fucking cards, but everybody liked collecting cards for a point. And then we all saw how that went. But then again, the amount of margin that they make off cards versus everything else is a whole different story.
Honestly, I hate because they weren't the easiest to display, but I feel like from a quality of gimmicks, Geats had the best. Besides Saber. Saber were easy to display. As I would just wish they had like the name of the Wonder Eyed books on the spine of it so I could display them like books. but Saber and Geeds had the best electronic gimmicks.
I feel like for Saber, my only problem was that there was an inconsistency in terms of the way some books were designed. Because the way that they would open up,
Snowline was like this, and then you had
and the line also had the little notch at the very top that you have to like move over. It's like little inconsistencies on that.
But from a standpoint, like my favorite was mail away slip. So they did one for all the Heisei riders on the inside of the book, then Showa, and then to get the Reiwa one, it was like mail away because it had Revice on it with 0-1 and Saber. And when you had all three and you did like the henchman, the Senkin sword driver, it did like a cool little sound for all three generations. I thought that was really neat. But it's like the electronic gimmicks have like they're non-existent now. Like Gotchard was cards. Gabu had, like I said, they had the Talk and Go Chizos, but it was like
but that was after everything.
And it was like halfway through the show they were releasing like base form. And then they were inconsistent with them because it's like, well, they're 2-packs, but you're giving us talking ones for like the Marble Bray cookie, but like it was listed before that form even came out. So it's like, and they had a bunch of Gochizos that were even for anything that was ever in the show too. And then because like the popcorn one didn't show up until we're in the late 30s of the show, and it was just one power up used once. So it was like they were making so many gimmicks. And 90% of them weren't even the show. And we never got a toy for the Hyper Battle DVD, which really pisses me off because we haven't got one of those since Revice.
See, the thing is that for Geeds, at least the way that the gimmicks work, they changed the look of the belt, the driver. So for a lot of folks, it's like people were living their OC dreams with Geeds. So it was great in terms of that collectathon, just because the way that you could just make your belt stand out from another person's belt on your shelf. So even without them having the electronics, just the cosmetics of it all just blended in very well for how they were trying to do that. Even though the setup for it all is a little bit clunky for the display aspect. Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I like the display. Like Revice had the best ones to display, I think, for ease of displaying. And the only time I've seen any that were really easy to display was either Zio.
Well, the Progrise keys are also very easy to display as well.
I don't like them because I only have 2. They fold out weird. And
well, there's the ones that automatically open up, though.
I don't have any of those ones.
So hold on, because I keep some of my favorites around.
I'd hate to show you guys what's on my desk. It's just lotion and tissues.
Because, I mean, there's some in which you just... Yeah.
See, like, that's cool. I like that. Okay, that's cool. I don't have that one.
I mean, the other ones, obviously, that's like, yeah, you got to pull it out.
Yeah, that's what I don't... Yeah. But it's... I don't know.
Like, the gimmicks that they had in 0-1 are some of my favorite. It's probably my favorite in terms of what we had in Reiwa, just because of just how stylish they can be. They did end up changing the designs on some of them, so they're not all like on the same like look and appearance. And then the multiple different drivers that we have, that they just display them and utilize them differently.
I will say I did like the different drivers like that because I have like the 1000 driver and stuff like that. They did have some good drivers. Absolutely.
Versus trying to have anything else going on there, but yes. But we'll see. Obviously, after all this is when we'll finally get some Zets sales numbers.
Yeah, I'm curious because like no one's like it's. I was talking to someone in Discord the other day. I was like, I find it funny that like everyone for years is like, I wish we had a way to have access to Kamen Rider internationally, and that it is. No one's talking about it. No one's buying the toys. Like it's like you finally get what you want, and people don't care.
It shouldn't have been this season. It really shouldn't have been this season because I'm just like, this season is so just okay Like I'm just like
God would have been a good season, honestly, for how it was. That would have been a fun season.
I think the look of the show was probably the big no on that one. Was just it's like transforms, looks like gummies and all that stuff. No one's gonna care about that. And then Gotchard was Gotchard. It really, honestly, for as much shit as I give the later half of Geats, it should have been Geats.
Well, no, yeah, especially with how it started, like the style, the suits, the stylization, the battle royale aspect of it, like it, like I mean, that was what 2022, like peak, post Gorge, like everyone would have ate that up if it was international. I think he would have probably got a lot of eyes on it. Be like, hey,
Gotchard was the season to go global. It was right during the Pokemon phase. Yeah, but they didn't focus so much on the gacha mechanic for the do you remember Gotchard? You remember catching the chemis? Because I remember the bulk of the chemis were captured off screen. So I don't know what you're talking about catching in during the Pokemon phase. The whole catching of the chemis mechanic was like the first arc up until Dread showed up. Then once Dread showed up, everything was caught off
episode
screen.
11. Episode 11, that's when Dread showed up. So it's like 10 episodes of we got to capture all that's like, oh, what happened? It's like episode 12, like, hey, I got 8 more chemis I captured the other day when I was just walking through the park. It's like, oh, cool. Which ones? Don't worry about it. It's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, it's just a very awkward thing. So yeah, no, Gotchard would have been a terrible season to have that one as the first one to localize. It's abysmal.
Yeah.
Like Geats should have been the one. Or even but 01 was way back when, so obviously not.
Yeah. And honestly, there's a few in each generation. Like even from Heisei, I think Gaim could have easily, or Xaid because of the gaming element of it. There's a lot that could have been picked, but I feel like Zet's the hype up and the gassing of it everyone had, and then I haven't heard anyone talk about it consistently online since episode 4. I've watched it since episode 6, so
I mean I've been watching it. The thing is, it's from my experience watching it, discussing it with everyone else, everyone's just very lukewarm towards it, just because it's most of the plot points that have been introduced have gotten resolved already. So the mysteries between characters are getting resolved very quickly, and the fact that it went so quickly into Monster of the Tweak territory, and we've just been living off of that formula since literally episode 2. It's okay. That's okay. It's okay. It's an okay show. It's nothing that I'm overtly hyped. It's one of those. This is literally they're going for style over substance, because this show is definitely all flashy, very going towards this is a very cool show. You like when these transformations happen. You like when the beat drops.
Yeah.
This is you're watching a movie trailer and the bass just goes womp, womp, and then they every time he transforms, people are like, there he goes, aura farming again. Oh, this is it. It's just yeah, but the second he transforms, it feels like I'm watching a whole different show.
Yeah.
So it's it's a show that's style versus substance. It's the Kashar movie. It's hey, this was a movie made by someone who only does music videos, and you can definitely tell because this entire movie feels like a very long music video with no music.
I feel like if this was my introduction to Kamen Rider, I'd be hooked. I would enjoy it because this is intriguing. Let's go. But after 21 years of watching Kamen Rider, I'm I'll binge it.
I mean, the thing that
look great,
but that's the thing. It's a lot of it is the look of the show, but the substance of the show is still something that I'm still lacking. Because for me, it's this is the most I've never really cared about a main character because I don't have a character motivation for Baku.
Yeah.
We don't get his character motivation yet. Like, what is it? So it's like that's part of the reason why I'm like the show's still not fully clicking with me is because I don't feel anything for the main character yet.
I get it. That's why I kind of stopped watching. I was like, I would have test and like wait until I got a good like 5-6 episodes and then do like a binge in one sitting and see if that like does something for me.
But we're already like 9 episodes in.
I know, but I've already watched like 6 episodes, 5-6 episodes. So I'm gonna wait until it's like 10, 11 episodes, like 11, 12 episodes in. Then I'm just gonna binge all the way up to like the 12th episode and see how I feel.
Damn, have to shut that shit down.
Yeah.
But I mean, on the other
bookshelf,
on the other front, when it comes to writer, like I mentioned earlier, Nox's actor apparently just flat out just showed off the next belt. I'm not gonna show it just for the sake of things and leaks and things. But it looks like a place you could nestle your ball sack perfectly on. I will say that. If you have not seen, seen the belt.
I haven't. I'm curious now.
It has a crevice for essentially 2 balls very, very close to each other. Right on the chest. Just nestle your nuts right there.
Why is none of it
straight on
showing
the
up?
chest.
I'm like trying to find it.
Because apparently, like the gimmick is the capsums open up, so it opens up, so you get the double notoriety just on there, and it's like he shows all that off before there's any proper leaks, scans, or anything like that, and obviously nothing happens to him. I'm like, for Tom Holland, they shut that man up quickly when he was trying to say too much.
Oh yeah,
this man shows off full gimmicks and full belt, and they're like, "It's okay." Will he get fired? No, because he's a man, and he's of age. So yeah, that was a thing that leaked out, but it's like one of those where it's like, okay, these things leak out, and then I still have yet to see people genuinely go like, man, this is amazing. It's still like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm like, that's in a nutshell. Okay, cool. Like even with the leaks, like this out there, it's like, yeah, it's definitely a thing that's going on. Cool.
Oh, that's definitely a nut holder.
Yeah.
That is.
I mean, there were some folks I was talking to, they were like, I like that belt. I'm just like, that belt looks like it just nestles your scrotum.
Yep. Reminds me of like
the Halo days of teabagging folks.
Oh yeah. I gotta steep it for 5 minutes.
You're just teabagging folks. That is the teabag belt.
Yeah. I do like the idea of like the capsule gimmick thing like opening up though. That's pretty cool. Even though it's not really a capsule, but it's like whatever the freaking thing is. But I'm like, yeah, no, it's a testicle holder. I like that sword. That sword looks cheap.
We were discussing about the third writer earlier because there was a rumor going around that Rita's actress is going to end up being in Zets and is possibly the third writer. So I can't wait to see yet another palette swap of that bodysuit that they've got for Zets to be used yet again, because they are getting some mileage over that template. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna keep making more and more suits using this same fabric mesh. Well, since it's Nox's belt, I don't know if it's gonna be Nox's writer form might end up being from someone's sack being dragged across his chest. So
I gotta say that I'll get in trouble. I'll keep my mouth shut on this.
it's got different patterns. No, it's literally is still the same suit. You could tell it's the same suit. Still the same base suit. They just changed the other things on there. That's it. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, that works. I don't know what you like. What that is a huge pipe dream you have there. Let's see what else. I hope the new agents don't become neighbors to Baku's apartment. I mean, someone's got to get in that closet. Let's see. Zero design, those shit. Trust me, bro. I mean that Nox form, that Nox Knight looks definitely like it's a Ultraman Zero variant. It's like he don't sit right. He looks like Ultraman Zero in a way. How many writers do you estimate we'll get? My money's on 6. It is a Takahashi show. When does that man ever not have a lot of writers?
At the same time, I feel like maybe he's trying to tone it down, so maybe 4 total.
4 plus some evil ones.
Yeah, we'll go 4 for like good riders. Evil will get like 7 or 8.
That's a big cast of evil writers.
Well, it's like just 8 different people who get the same belt with different forms after a while.
So the trope already, just that.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how he deals with the small cast. Right now, it is very awkward for the show right now. But I mean, we are approaching Christmas, so I know people are waiting to see who's going to die on Christmas and Zets. So that's the big betting game right now on that front. But damn, I do wish that Zets was a little bit more exciting.
Yeah, it doesn't have like the fights were like there, but it's like it didn't have that like when there's like the high adrenaline and the episode just ends and you're like, I can't wait for next week.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have that with any of these episodes. It's not one of those of like, God, let me see that preview. Damn, I can't wait for next. It hasn't happened yet.
No.
So, and even then, it's like, how's everybody else gonna handle with, how they're treating Toei right now? Will we actively get a lot of this that we can just like watch, and like how much of the YouTube feed's just gonna be like Justice for Maya? I did notice that actually, because I had people asking that on Sunday. Since I had to essentially record off of the YouTube rip myself to play that on Sunday, I was just like, where are they at on the stream? And also, is anybody just saying shit in the chat? And it's like, yeah, there's a few folks in here that are talking about the Maya Memori thing. Let's see. No one agrees with me, but I think the sister is going to betray Baku at some point, so that might be our Christmas moment. I don't know. It might be more that she would find out that he's a writer. Like, she got very close this last episode when he like flatlined in bed. Let's see. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything else that's crazy relevant on that. All right. So, anything else regarding Writer Sensei?
Yeah, have you guys played the Chimera Defense Warriors game yet? The mobile
The
game?
hell is that?
It's like the tower defense mobile game.
Nah, mobile game. I'm only playing Uma Musume. What are you talking about?
It's actually decent. It's better than Ride Commons.
I mean, isn't anything better than Ride Commons?
Yeah, Rod Commons is kind of dead, so anything's better than it
No,
right
it's
now.
not kind of dead. It is dead.
No, it is dead. It's shut down. Apparently, someone's getting the last updated APK file for it, and they're gonna try and release a full English translated version of the game to download by like early next year. Because the story was decent, so I was like, oh, that's neat. Because like, I didn't mind it. I'm trying to find so it's like a tower defense, but all the riders are in it. And then like the upgrades are like their different weapons and gimmicks. And I was like, and you get to pick like any rider you want to start with. And it's obviously a gacha game. And I've been trying to find a proper APK file because it's been tough to find because it just came out like 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
So a lot of people are like, we're going to get that eventually. I might just change. I'm trying to figure out. I might just change my Google Play on my Windows PC to Japan just so I can download it and play it because it's very simple. And I feel like it's something to make content on that's not reviewing episodes because I'm trying to avoid doing that.
Ultraman dub, too little, too late. They announced the voice
Yeah.
cast back when they had like their own pre-show release, their own little presser thing for Omega. We got the cast back then, only for the dub not to drop day and date with the release, unlike what we got with the last two outings of Ultraman. And the fact that they waited this long for it, I don't care anymore.
Yeah. I'll watch it when it's all said and done, but
And Omega's been great.
I've
It's
heard
like,
good things about Omega, but I wanted to wait for the dub.
yeah, and the thing is, if the dub had come out day and date, then I would have been watching the dub day and date. But they weren't, so I've been watching it, subbed. And at this point into the show, where it's like we're near the end game now, I'm not gonna fucking commit to a dub starting back over. It's like it's crazy. I don't know why that dub did not come out day and date like everything else. If it was budgetary reasons or what, or if they were just still trying to get all the voice cast lined up, or maybe the initial cut of the dub just wasn't that great and they scrapped it and started back over.
I was wondering if it's just like a timing thing because when they were doing the sub and then they had the dub like the next morning, sometimes a couple hours later. I wonder if they're like, oh, let's just spread it out. Let's get those views on the sub. Now we're gonna release dubs. It will double dip on people checking it out that way.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like the views on the dub had already gone down with ARC because they decided to split the YouTube channels because originally, like with Blazar, they had the dub with the same video of it. You would just choose the language for the video, and that would be how you would do it. But for ARC, they were like separate YouTube channel that didn't have that many followers, and then that's where you got the dub. And once again, the views for the dub versus the sub were dramatically lower. And now that they're not even doing it date and date, and they're probably still going to put it on that separate YouTube channel, I can only imagine that that's going to be even lower than what it was before.
No.
So, yeah, there's that.
But Kojima wants to be a Kamen Rider continues to be peak.
It is still very, very good. I am very much enjoying that show. When they have the flashbacks to them watching Rider, it makes me want them so much to just rotoscope old Rider and just re-release it as rotoscoped writer, like here is anime cover. It's all the episodes just done rotoscoped. Yeah, I'd be down for it. I would
I
definitely
think
be
it's
down.
only going to be one core, like 12 episodes, because apparently, like, the Blu-rays were listed, and they go up to volume 4. So usually with Japan, it's like 2 to 3 episodes per volume. So we'll see.
The thing is, it's like that's the one thing that I do hate about anime nowadays is just the fact that, and I mean we discussed this before, is just the fact that it's going to be like a wait between season 1 and season 2. It's like, yeah, it's going to end here. Great. When do we get season 2? We don't know, but the second we announce it, you know it's going to be 2 more years before you're going to get it.
Also, Crunchyroll just like this was like over last night or the past couple of days, they just dropped the Fudo PI movie on their streaming service.
Yeah, I saw the tweet about it, and I was like, I'm glad they hyped it up for a movie from an anime
came out back in January
to a show that no one could watch.
Yeah,
it's great.
I don't know if they dubbed it or not. I don't think they did, but
well, the thing is, it's like I saw that the movie had dropped ages ago, and I was like, oh yeah, I never watched it. But then again, it came out so long after the anime that, of course, why would I care?
Yeah. Because I think, did they screen? They screened it at Anime LA, I think.
Yeah. I feel like there was weird forces involved that didn't let Shout or someone just like license Fudo PI or Fudo PI double so people would get contacts on the show, because that's why I didn't care about the anime. People say you should watch the anime if you like Tojin Wants to Be a Carpenter. I was like, yes, but I haven't watched Double. And
yeah, but that's the thing. It's like the anime for Fudo PI is a sequel to a live action show that you have to watch first to appreciate and understand these characters.
Yeah, and I haven't watched that show to appreciate and understand those characters yet.
Yeah.
That's why when I only played Memory of Heroes, I only wanted to play at 01 because that's the only show I was watching at the time. I hadn't seen...
At 01 was the one that was shoehorned into that game, because it was
right at the end. It's like,
really fun.
I still think that game mechanics would have worked a lot better for, like, honestly, what was it? I was like, if they did that same mechanic but fine-tuned it and made it not so shitty, I was like, they could have done it with, like, at the time, Saber, like this and that, like, because of the One Ride books. And I mean, it's like, why? Like, I feel like it was just...
You mean if they made the game that they originally planned on making before they were like, well, you can't make it based off of these shows. You got to make it based off the current IP. And because of that, you have to make it accessible for children. Like, but this is meant for the people that grew up with these shows. Accessible to children.
Right.
But this is meant for people that are 10 years older than the children that are accessible to children. And that's why we got that game.
Was that meant to be like a different writer instead of 01? They were shooting.
So it was literally just supposed to be a double and O's game, because it's supposed to be something for the people that grew up with those franchises, which by then, like, they would have been 10 years older. So there would be people that are like late teens, early 20s. That was the demographic that they were targeting. But apparently there was something going on in terms of the contracting, and they were like, no, whatever you're doing that's writer related has to include the current writer show. And because of that, it has to be accessible towards the demographic of the current writer show. And that's why 01 got thrown in. And that's why they had to essentially dumb down the game so it could be accessible for children.
Explains why when you look at the cover work, he's like at the back, and then you've got O's and double in the forefront.
Yeah, that's why the entire point was supposed to be double and O's. They threw in 01 as, just the contract agreement to allow them to release the game. But then all the cutbacks and things like that. That's why I'm like, I don't like the game. And you can feel why this is a game that was made like too hand-holdy. You can't really explore around. You got to collect the chips in this order that essentially just guides you to the next corridor for the next thing, collect the chips to the corridor to the next thing, and then fight boss.
The worst part is, too, it's like you had to beat the game and everything else to get like Fang Joker. And I was like, man, That's the reason why I couldn't get Fang Joker, because I had to deal with freaking 0-1.
So it's not sadly that's not the trajectory I wanted the writer games to go in.
No.
They could have done much more. I want a proper Bandai studio to make a writer game that's not going to be held back by directives.
Yeah. And they've shown, like, it's Bandai. They know how to handle IPs. Like, all the other IPs, like, I still think one of the best Switch Pokemon games is Pokemon Snap 2 visually, because Namco did such a good job of that.
And now the Poketopia thing, well, that's the mainline Nintendo game that's going to be.
I ain't buying it.
No. If I get it, I'll get the digital, because like there's no point with that key card thing.
Game key. But at the same time, it's a $70 game. I'm not gonna spend $70 on that.
Yeah, I'll wait for the special.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy for how that game looks. I thought it was like
yeah, exactly. Look, I learned my lesson with Legends EA. I'm like, I'm not gonna spend another $70 on a Pokemon game that is like that you guys ain't even trying.
No, I'm not. That's I'm not gonna say out loud how I'm gonna obtain that game, but I'm not paying that $70 for that shit.
Memorial Tegasword. We already discussed it. We already zoomed in on the image of the Tegasword. That was earlier, so that was a thing that we already discussed. I need Shout Factory to license Kabuto and Blade. I want to watch those seasons so badly.
Yes, Blade, definitely.
But if they release Blade, don't put the 60 FPS version.
No, dear God, no.
Don't put the 60 FPS version.
I won't buy it. No, who am I kidding? I'll buy it. But like, that is so. The whiplash I got because I watched Blade while it was airing.
Yeah.
Then I go and I download a batch file. And I'm like, oh, yeah, because I bought a bootleg Blu-ray, like DVD box set on eBay back in the day when you had to send cash on delivery or like money orders. So I was like, oh, I'm going to download it. I was like, I saw it up on not the site everyone goes to now, certain pirate that ship that goes to the bay. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to download this. I didn't know 60 frames. No, it said 60 frames. The henshin and the movement, I was like, I don't remember it looking like this.
Yeah.
Why does...
It looks so cheap. That's the thing. It's like, because it's like, I also watched it like with the original TV airing version. And then like when I downloaded the batch file, it was like the first set of episodes are the 60 FPS versions. And I was like, oh, okay, this is looking buttery smooth. Then I watched more and I was like, no, this don't look right. The thing is, it's like, I do hope that for some of these shows, not even Shout Factory, like I just need them to re-release some of those older Heisei shows with like proper like bit rate. Because the thing is, like, we know we're getting the Maji Ranger Blu-ray. I can hope that the quality on that is actually good. Because back when I watched it in the day, that was a TV rip size. So I can hope that the bit rate is much better now because they're using the proper versions that they have, the originals. So for something like Blade, more so Kabuto, because obviously next year is the Kabuto anniversary. It's like if they give me a Blu-ray box set of Kabuto, that's just, I don't even care if they release subtitles for it or not. I will buy that shit just because it would be Blu-ray.
Yeah. That's why, like, I didn't watch all of Maji Ranger. I downloaded it, and it was like a weird rip. Like, I think it was a TV rip, but
if it had the clock at the top, it's
no, that's what I always know. That's why the ones I avoid downloading. Yeah, I think I watched it, but I think the quality just felt really weird. I think it was the subs that threw me off because it wasn't my usual suspects for subgroups.
It's weird because at least back in the day, TV Nihon was the one that was doing the subs. So unless it was a different group that was doing it.
Yeah, it's a different group.
Yeah.
I downloaded.
I don't know who was doing them.
I know back in that era, it was mostly just TV Nihon. I'm sure we had some Hong Kong subs on occasion, but you could tell those because of the pixelated yellow fucking subs that we had for a lot of those Hong Kong subs that were poorly translated into English. Cool. So anything else we got?
Not
I'm
that I
like,
can
all right,
think of.
we've been talking for 2 hours. I think that was a decent amount of time. Because I got I'm seeing the link that you sent for that Kamen Rider game.
Did good. Yeah.
Defense Warriors. Let's see here. Looking to see how that. They're sticking with the SD style that they've been using since like the DS era.
Yep.
I mean, that I guess that saves them money because they already got the sprites handy. So.
Yeah, it's not bad. I've been trying to get it to work on my phone. I got it on my tablet because it's easy to just, change region, this and that. But for some odd reason, finding a proper APK file has been just I don't know. No one really cares to pull the APK file.
I mean, because it's so different when it comes to mobile games versus like consoles and shit like that. Plus, it's got to be something people care about. They want to get the
I know, like Ride Commons, the APK for that was available like an hour after it drops, and I was like, because everyone's like, "Ooh, visual novel," and this, and it's like, yeah, this game's been out for almost a month now.
In 2 hours, I've been here long. I mean, look, sometimes we stream longer than 3 hours, but I mean, the majority of the news was literally just that.
Usually around premieres of shows, major or finales of shows, and stuff like that.
Avoiding talking about Gotchard while Gotchard was airing. That was a thing.
Dude, that was my favorite because we talked about it for 5 minutes and then we went on like a 2 hour like talk about everything else. It's like, yeah, and we like that was a crowning achievement to just steer the ship away from Gotchard for over 2 hours because I did not want to talk about that show.
That was indeed a show.
Even right now.
Well, I'm hoping to get into the grind this upcoming week because, like I said, I finally got some pieces together at work. I finally got people in place where they need to be in place. Ship doesn't look like it's falling down, and I'm like, man, next week looks like I might not be traveling. I might actually be able to work on content. So we'll see.
By content, you mean Uemusume?
No, because Virgo Cup's not starting that early.
I know. I'm trying to get that giant girl banner, but we're also getting.
I pulled her earlier today, so.
I hate you. I haven't pulled her yet. She's the only one I haven't pulled, and I'm trying to like complete my let's get all the horse girls on my.
Yeah, I pulled her. Ran 2 career runs. I was mad because at the first career run, I got second place at the youre finals. Like I was so mad. Didn't get the good ending, so I was like, let me start again.
Speaking of, let me log in really quick. I gotta see when the last time someone else here played.
Oh.
After their amazing pulls they had.
Ash hasn't played the game since
I know.
bullied this man back in June.
Yeah,
I know, and he had all those good.
I tried getting back into it, and I was like,
the thing is, it's like that was the worst time because he missed the entire half anniversary.
That's still going on for it's still going on for 20 more.
No, but they were doing the 300 carats a day, and that ended yesterday.
Yeah.
You missed out on all so many carats.
Look, I had no idea what I was doing with this game when I played that game. I got so confused.
Listen, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Okay.
That's okay. Most people are.
It's okay.
Let's see. I haven't started Time Stranger yet because I'm finishing up Yote, and I saw Blitz Greymon as DLC. Look, as someone that's playing Yote now, I'm like, still Time Stranger was a better game.
Yeah, I haven't played Time Stranger yet. Now that I played Dispatch, I might get it next. I'll probably get it on PC rather than PlayStation because I don't have.
And look, anybody getting Time Stranger, I'm telling you now. Spend the $8 on the grinding DLC.
The Outer World, the Other World DLC.
Yes,
it's a necessity. And don't
I'll
look
look
at the
into it.
trailer fully for the DLC because it's not a spoiler, but like there's a character in there that looks pretty cool. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I was like, oh, why are you just putting that in the trailer? Not everyone finished the game. Not everyone played the game. Don't put these people in there. Just show the Digimon only.
Yep. We're getting off topic now. That's usually how it ends, is with us going off topic and then just saying we gotta cut it. We gotta cut it before we start going even more off topic. That's where everybody starts to leave. Like I see the viewer count dip the second we start going into off topic territory.
I've noticed this,
like
I
Digimon.
think this Jaden person is like new to the show.
Yeah.
No, Jaden's been on here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's
usually I notice people that have been here a few times. I was like, that's the first time I've seen that name. So I was like, oh, that's why.
It's a lot more.
If I see a first time name.
Time.
Yeah. If I see a first time name, I kind of like, no offense, I just ignore what they say in chat. I was like, I was like, oh, it's another Orb alt account. Like,
yes. One that's going to be gassing up Rita's actress when they're in new show, when they're in Zets.
And I'm purposely going to troll Orb if that happens. I'm going to make clickbait, rage bait videos just for Orb.
It's like, this show is now a trash fire. And then it's the picture of the actress in a trash.
Yeah.
On fire.
Yep.
I'd be like, oh, wow, they said more lines than they did in all of King Osier. But still no substance is there.
They said Henshin. That's more lines.
Yeah. Where's their assistant from King Osier? Bring her back.
Makes a cameo appearance.
I would make a
without the wig this time.
Video. Yes.
What did the actress look like without the wig? That was like a
the photo books are there.
I don't know.
They exist.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they exist.
Wow, Orby actually said he's going to join TokuTonic.
Great. You're going to need better mic, and you're going to have to not be able to stutter over your words.
Wow. I wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't going to say anything. I was just going to be like, cool. More the mirror. You'll have more appearances this year than Cloudy.
That's true. Cloudy got bought out by China, so.
Yeah.
Wait, that's what like Morphina looked like without the wig? Holy shit.
My favorite Doctor is the 9th Doctor. Actually, it's a mix between the 9th and the 12th Doctor. I'm a big Peter Capaldi fan. But his best work was when he was working by himself. No companions.
I mean, 9th is just... That's always my favorite.
Yes. I just like the return of an old Doctor. Like that, like just an older Doctor. Like it was like mixing in the old with the new. And Capaldi being the big fan that he was of the show leading up to it.
Because 9th was what? Eccleston, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I got back in the Doctor. That's what I got back into Doctor Who, and I was like, because that was around when like Misfits, Primeval, our BBC had like just this great library of shows.
TokuTonics have 3/4 good, last bit bad.
Holy shit, she was like Diane in the live action stage play for Seven Deadly Sins. She looks good at that cosplay.
Ash is going down the rabbit hole. Welcome, sir.
You're gonna become a connoisseur.
I'm so proud of you, sir.
All right, well, before we derail any further, let's just go ahead and cut things.
Yeah.
So,
I don't want Jaden
the only one making content, Ash. Ash, what you got to promote?
Yeah. I'm the one. So, Power Rangers Prime issue 12 is out this week. I'll probably have a review out for that. Along with MMPR/TMNT free issue 3. That's a mouthful to say. That's all I got. I'm gonna try working on other videos as well. And see what happens. But yeah.
All right. No, I keep derailing these topics. Have been fun,
right? That's what I'm saying. That's all I was like, dude. I was like, I told you, members only for 1 hour after.
Yeah, it might have to be a thing later on once I actually get back to regular content. To actually, be like,
I know.
Remember something that I have.
I've been putting up a lot of shorts just because like it's easier because I just don't have time to like. The other day I recorded like 7 shorts. I'm like, all right, I'll spread it out so the channel's still there, and then
See, I can't get into the shorts game. I don't want.
And I haven't even bothered monetizing these. Like before, I would go in after we go live, and then go into the YouTube thing and enable the monetization. But I have not at all for like the last.
I know, and I've behaved
3-4
myself
months.
for what I've been behaving myself for what I say, so you can keep it monetized. I think I've been very good.
It's just the fact that before it used to automatically do it. Now you have to flip a switch, and I'm like, that's
I know it's stupid. Yeah, I know. And
I feel that's for like donos, but I guess I don't have to do that when I'm streaming.
no, if it's already it's
like
more or less
it's even
an ad.
Twitch, because back in the day after you were done like broadcasting on Twitch, it would just automatically make the VOD go live. Now I always have to go in after the stream to make sure that the VOD goes live.
Yeah,
that's stupid.
So it's just like, well, that sucks. Like, you should just automatically know my preferences.
Right.
And
I just
then
been
if it
liking
gets synced for
making
something, it
shorts.
gets synced.
It's like it's easy content, like for me.
The thing is, for me, even when I did shorts, I would still spend like 5 hours working on one short.
Oh, I know. Well, no, that's because you overachieve, right? So like I did a short today, and all I did was like, hey guys, Criterion sales going on at Barnes and Noble, and I was like, and I got this big Criterion Godzilla set, and I was like, it's a grail of my collection. Like, look at all these movies, and I was like, easy, done, no editing.
Not me. Let me make visuals. Let me put it.
Like shout out to Fowls Plays. Like shout out to Fowls Plays and Nate from Film Forward Studios, who do like shorts every day and just crank them out nonstop. Like I could not do that. I could not do that.
I like Nate. He had a really good video about MMPR, like why people hate it and like the fatigue from it. And I was like, it's a good video.
I think people that are used to the whole like TikTok, video recording stuff are used to making those short form videos, which reminds me, Vine's coming back, but
what?
Vine's coming back.
What's his name? Doesn't Elon Musk have the whole entire like archive of the whole entire like server?
Yeah, and they were actually uploading it back up with all of the archival stuff that's on there. So
what if my account's still on there?
Is coming and making a comeback.
The big thing is that they said no AI content will be allowed.
I need to know if my account's still going to be on there than that I had.
Vine's coming back from what? It was shut down. Vine was killed off, and then it was essentially replaced.
Good. My account's not on there then, because I was like, I need to delete some videos really quick. The second it's back up, let me go on my old login and purge some stuff off of there.
There was apparently some stuff that they archived like before the shutdown, and that's going to be all like the big videos, I guess.
Okay, good. Phew. Not the thousand views. Okay.
No, because essentially, what killed Vine, and then what was it? Musically took it over,
and then I think Musically turned in the TikTok.
Yeah. So I don't know. I never did any of those things. I always found short form content to be brain rot before brain rot was even a word.
Now we've got AI.
No, Mr. Cool Guy, don't ask us Doctor Who questions. This will turn into a 3.5 hour live stream because I got all the seasons on Blu-ray at Book Off for like $6 a season per Blu-ray season a couple like months ago. So I was like,
I like the 8th Doctor's interior in that movie because it was nice, and then I also like the 12th Doctor's, all the bookshelves they had going on in there.
The 12th was probably my favorite.
It is very classy, very classy.
I'm not a Doctor Who guy. I might dip if this is going to go on for another hour.
No, it's not. Because it could easily be 3 more hours because it's Doctor Who. There's too many iterations. There's too much stuff going on. Then I have to complain about like the 13th and like Disney ruining it. It's too much stuff. Too much stuff to go over.
Yes, and I've got Inazuma 11 to get back to playing. Maybe I can finally play soccer because right now all the game's been is rock, paper, scissors. So...
I need to pick up Yakuza on the Switch too because they just released Kiwami 2, I think, today.
Kiwami 2.
Yeah, that did drop. It dropped yesterday at the same time as Inazuma 11, but I was busy playing Inazuma 11, so I'm going to go back to playing Inazuma 11.
1 and 2.
Cool, so I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll stay back and talk in the post show when we're offline. I'll probably make lunch. But
Nah, we'll probably just say quick shit and then dip out.
Probably
So,
like video games.
all right, so that's it. We'll see what next week brings in terms of stuff, if at all. We'll see. But if I am indeed trying to get back into the editor's room of making content, then there's a chance that there might not be a stream next week because I'll be knee deep in editing. Because those of you that know, when I edit videos, I'm in there for a long time.
Sir, I'm not even go down that route. No.
But when I edit videos, I am up until I get done. Like, I don't sleep. And it's actually been good for me not being editing for so long because I actually have gotten a pretty regular sleep schedule now since I haven't. But I'm about to fuck that shit up the second I start getting back into the
You're about
game.
to ruin it. You're about to ruin it because that's why I'm like, nope. I know how you are when you make content. You're going to spend at least 5 hours for the first like 45 seconds of your video. And then you're going to tell me like, yo, the intro for this video is like a minute, but it took me like at least the whole entire Lord of the Rings trilogy extended edition just to do it. It's like wardrobe change, green screen. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I hit record. I turned my light on.
So yeah, we'll see how that grind goes. But at least the next 2 weeks are, for me, projected in terms of work wise, look pretty light. So I'm like, good. Now's the time. Now's the time to get back into things starting on Tuesday, because I know my Sunday and Monday are still packed, but Tuesday onwards looking pretty good. So, all right, that's it, y'all. We will catch you on the next one.
Done.
So until then, bye.
Bye.